or 4 year mama kwa ba don body ho TV so na 7 December na abano ya woto we na 8 December na by this time no there na NPP Dr. Mahmoud Baumia etima consider defeat kwa ya no na ma NPP fuju dey say we around police stations near other coalition centers no wan be mbuya what they wan rewo koda na what they wan rewo koda say na this for rewo this for so koda you this for match menu bu isi so ya just say 8 and was 10 4 and I was 550 no just say one manipulate EC results na no na afanya market nya hint na obu alarm na okacha EC the end is for here no nye intino monko na monko kan aba na fofonti no EC direct say wonko tesa na police station aja wonko kan aba na foforo na no recount na ko so ya MPP fufu so dey na ba wa see obi ani ada wono no na MPP timi odi emu 4 efi and this for nsem na 4 na aka na gabre dem no so what and this social adapt that being what we be doing you know one catch one more hotel can recount you know what we need to court see the end is for is one need to court and is in no na court and so bet you say election so we know a polling station team muntase muniama as mo do sia munyentum na election no en court na we need polling station am go ti how I say na nyina asechire
proceedings triggering a standoff.
Action. So on what basis is he going to say that they say he should continue and the others will stop? Is it not the same thing? We are doing the same thing. It's an emergency IPAC meeting. It must stop. This process must halt. Let's go for the IPAC meeting. Whatever comes out of it, we will come and continue.
You mean for all the other constituencies or just
every process they are doing and they must halt it.
However, the MPP party executives, led by the General Secretary of the party, Justin Frimpong Kodia, challenged this claim and insisted that there's no such meeting.
Tanko is here. Tanko is here. He is going to IPAC. There is a means whereby they communicate to us when there's going to be IPAC. I'm daring him to prove to us, to give us evidence that IPAC has been called. Ask him. Because normally when there's an IPAC meeting, they once sent us a message by text followed by a formal letter. Let him prove a text showing there's an IPAC meeting. Give us a proof that there's an IPAC meeting.
Ask the director here confirmed that instruction has been given to him that
no one has called him.
Stop the process.
That have you been called? Have you been called? Ask the EC officer. Has he been called? No. So how can you come and lie here?
Lie. I'm telling you the fact. The fact is, I'm telling General. I'm telling you the fact that there's an emergency IPAC meeting to be held this morning.
When there's an IPAC meeting, they communicate to us.
Then you will find out from it.
MPP, no one has communicated to me.
So the tension escalated when the NDC's Director of Legal Affairs, Eduji Tamaklo, arrived at the scene to disclose that the party had applied for an injunction, arguing that the process could not proceed under such circumstances.
To restrain the Electoral Commission from doing what they are doing. That process has been served on the EC, and this is it.
But have they confirmed receipt of it?
Oh, without doubt. GJ 0275 2025. It was filed at 9:30 early this morning. Anope Philibert Fume versus Frank Anodompre, Electoral Commission of Ghana. So this is it. Who? No, it's not to be. But he's an inferior officer. If I serve them, the court will not even take me serious. I have served the head. No, I have served the head office, and he has to stop. We have brought it to his notice.
But does that affect the fee that were declared yesterday?
Which one? No, this one is specific. This is specific.
Specific for the Insawam.
And this is where we are now. We are within Insawam now, and this is the process. It doesn't matter. It's a court process. I'm sure somebody like Fenyo Makin will not disagree. You know what he did with the Speaker of Parliament, with injunctions and all of those things. And that is exactly what we have done. Yes. We have served the Electoral Commission.
Moments later, chaos erupted as the NDC also refused to allow the process to continue, while party members and the EC officials were seen in heated arguments, forcing an abrupt suspension of the process. MPP candidates for Nsawam Adrejuri constituency, Frank Anodompre, expressed this frustration.
It's the first time I'm going through such an experience. Tomorrow will be a week since we had elections and still the results have not been called. It's not good enough. And if you look at happenings between the parties and the EC, one can say that it's a self-inflicted wound, because the CI gives the EC the mandate to give copies of results to the parties. and then the EC has the original copy. So if the EC produces the pink sheet, it is reasonably expected that the parties will have copies, which was prior given to the parties. But so if one party says that I don't have a copy, it will not nullify the mandate given to the EC to call the results. Unfortunately, the NDC, that has been their modus operandi.
Meanwhile, the majority leader and the MP for the Efutu constituency, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, weighed in and criticized the NDC for what he described as a disruptive approach from the opposition.
That our colleagues on the other side were so uncomfortable with the process. Some artificial delays, some pretenses, and something that was very striking. In the evening, when some of their leaders came here and they were telling us that, their foot soldiers were amassing outside and that we should delay the Nsawam Adwejiri, I said, why? So if they win, it means that we've won all the 4 and that their foot soldiers will not be happy with them. I said, why? You know, so all of you know that Honorable Anodompe has won and that you are only trying to frustrate him. That is not democracy. And when you talk, they want to threaten you, posting stuff on social media, Western Dogbe, attacking me here and there. But me, I'm not perturbed. We are not here to fight. MPP, we don't believe in all that chaos and all. They have won the presidency. That is fine. You've won majority seats. That's fine. But the situation where you want to use some, what I would call some Takashi and Patapa to snatch seats that have been won by other constituencies of that MPP has won, that is unacceptable.
The uncertainty surrounding the Nsawam Adwejiri constituency reflects the heightened tensions. While party agents and election officials await the next steps, the eyes of the nation remain on the constituency, hoping for a resolution that upholds the integrity of the electoral process. Reporting
medical Obi, issue an appointment letters. I'm telling you, say enya no kre, and me say enya no kre. He who alleges must prove. Yes. They should bring proof of any such individual on interview or apply. The institution did not receive financial clearance for that recruitment within the budget year and walk ahead on their own authority to go and recruit. It hasn't happened. When him say omu recruit omu into the police service, no. In fact, they were at the Tesano training school before election. They were only released 2 days before election. So omu nyadeng omu nkotuaba no omu mbra back. Police service at the list but all the regional capitals baby are no more recruit. It was a public document. A clearance and also free finance ministry by and also so de to abontain as a public document. Ministry be our work commitment payment. Yes, as Ministry of Information. When him say you procure 40 state of the art LED vans for Information Services Department. Yes. And unkwani the major item are near what in our capex for this year. We were expecting delivery in September. Vans in November. They have to put in the necessary efforts to make sure say if you go and say me my finance ministry in Chia and civil servants now who are beneficiaries of this capital expenditure that has been featured in the 2024 budget since November 2023 no also because ya to abama so the remaining mandate of the current administration must expire. So that be accumulated sika to honum ama wo de abeye adwuma. Does it make sense?
But the argument has been said there is always precedence, and they refer to a letter written by Honorable Osafo to the then outgoing chief of staff. Say, and with your permission, no, make kind or say I write to confirm our agreement reached on the above subject matter per our telephone conversation on December 17, 2016, which took place within the hours of 17:00 GMT as follows. 1. The current rush to recruit personnel at various MDAs appears improper and must be discontinued. 2. It is agreed that positions such as the government statistician and senior staff personnel of IOCO are highly critical and must only be carried out with the explicit consent of the transition team of the president-elect. 3. It is mutually agreed that the recruitment of the government statistician and senior staff of IOCO and other MDA shall therefore be suspended by the government, considering the short duration of the transition period. We trust that any emergencies that may arise regarding the need for recruitment shall be considered on a case-by-case basis and with the explicit consent of the transition team of the president-elect. This letter was written on December 17th, 2016 to Julius Deborah. Why are you departing from our principle?
Obi, Wakasa.
Yes.
It is based on this letter na make us say. The then transition team members from Yeye Party wrote this letter. It is true, dated 17 December to the then chief of staff, telling them that this is what we think should be done. So they should depart from what they are doing. But they stated categorically and by action that the transition team's work does not place an embargo on the executive mandate of the executive president duly elected and sworn in as president of the republic. And after this letter dated 17 December, they went ahead to make all the appointments I mentioned to you on all these institutions. They